Hey all, Heber here. So we are halfway, more or less, through the current campaign, so I thought it would be a good time to have another video on the campaign prize, which is the République. But first, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment please. Okay, let's just look at my commander setup here. So for this ship I'm using my fully upgraded Azure Lane Dunkirk commander, and it's a pretty standard build here, all about precision, accuracy, and of course I have her special perk selected as well, which is Frontal Fire, that allows you to switch instantly between AP and HE shells as long as you have both your guns fully loaded. And that is just such a useful perk. No other nation has access to this perk, and it just means that you always have the perfect ammunition loaded for whatever the situation might demand of you. So the game is on Two Brothers, and as you can see we have the left flank here. And if you look at the map, you can see most of the ships are heading to the right flank, meaning that there's only myself and a cruiser over here. So we'll pretty much have to just try to hold this flank. I'm not, taking up an aggressive stance because with just one cruiser over here and of course no destroyer, it's limited how much of an offensive campaign we can, wage from this flank here. What we have to do over here is just to hold this flank, and it keep the Reds from flanking the other guys on the other flank, and then we're just gonna hope that the Blues on the right flank actually are strong enough to push through. So look at that nasty citadel there on the Heber. Like, I mean, République is just so good. I missed out on the kill, which is unfortunate, but it is such a powerful battleship. I'd say it's the best non-legendary battleship there is, and I think it's even better than Chambard, really. This thing is just so accurate and it hits so hard. And in combination with this commander here, I just think that it's there's really nothing that compares to it, really. Look how nice I'm angled here, and I still have both guns on the target, because like the angles are really good on this ship here. And other things you can do with it is you can keep one gun on one side of the ship and the other gun on the other side of the ship, like I'm doing here. So I'm trying to keep my front gun on the left side of the ship and my rear gun on the right side of the ship. And if you just keep manipulating the camera, you can actually keep it that way. And I mean, that is really, really powerful if you're facing enemies from both sides. And because there's only 2 turrets, it's a little bit more easier to manage than ships with 3 or 4 turrets or something like that. But now this Massa here is pushing, and I'm going to turn both my turrets to the right, because obviously I want to whack him when he comes out of here. So this ship with this particular build here has about a 20-second reload, and that's a tier 8 battleship, people. And it's not too hard to get into those numbers. If you already have a maxed out French battleship commander, you should be able to reach it almost instantly. And these are 17-inch guns, and they reload in 20 seconds, and they hit like an absolute freight train. The accuracy is good. It's not the best, but it's good enough. It's nowhere, like I'm not gonna say this battleship is inaccurate, because it's not. It's very, very accurate, but there's still a few battleships that I feel are just a little bit more accurate, but it's never annoying or anything like that. Like, you usually hit what you aim at, just like I did there. So with the AP shells just being absolutely amazing, you also get really, really good HE shells. Like, they're up there in the territory with the British battleships. You got a 48% fire chance, and you don't get many shells because you only have 8 barrels, but still, with a 20-second reload, it's not a problem at all. In this battle here, I'm not really using HE, because this was one of the first battles I played in the ship, and I was going pretty much AP only, because I wanted to see what the shells were capable of doing. But you can look up some of the other République videos I have where I'm using HE shells, And actually, in a situation like this against a bow tanking Xiaomba, you should use HE, because you are almost guaranteed a fire. And set 1, set 2, and then probably they usually damage con the 2 fires, and you can easily set another one right after that and just keep stacking them. And it must be infuriating playing against the République doing that, because there's really nothing you can do. The only thing that can save you is going dark. And of course, if you keep shooting like this guy is doing here, you cannot go dark. And the République is going to win any sort of exchange like that. Now, should the opponent choose to go broadside, you can just switch to AP, and if you have this commander here, the switch is instant. And that takes many people off guard. Not so much these guys here, but in other games, when like someone sees you firing HE, and they think, oh, okay, I have 20 seconds to turn, that's okay. And then he's probably loading another batch of HE, so I probably have 40 seconds to finish my turn. But actually, after 20 seconds, if you're even reloading with HE, you just switch your shells in less than a second, and you're fully loaded with AP, ready to take good care of that broadside that the enemies is showing you. And that is just very, very satisfying. I can't recommend that enough. Now, some people use this as a fast flanking battleship, and yeah, it works very nice as that. I just think it's a little bit too not agile to be used like that. So I tend to have more success using it like I'm doing here, angling up and getting both targets on the enemies, and just choosing the appropriate ammunition. And you can see like most shots, they just bounce off this thing, because not only does it hit like an absolute freight train, like it's just so powerful, it's also really, really tough. This is not like a Yamato where you if you accidentally show a little bit of cheek, you're gonna get punished. In this thing here, it's only if you show like flat broadside, but then again, if you're doing that, then it's your own fault. If you take care of this ship here, this ship is going to take care of you very, very well, and it's just a very, very satisfying ship to play. It's super consistent, and you can rely on this ship here. And there's not many ships in this game that especially battleships, that I'd say that you can rely on. Yamato is one, but like I said, you have that naughty cheek that you really have to keep safe. But other than that, it's a very consistent ship. But République, it's just an absolute, I don't know, it's the German Shepherd of ships, because it sticks with you and it does what you want, and there's no fuss or anything like that. It's just a real mean damage machine, and I really love this ship. So, should you buy out the campaign this time? And the answer is absolutely yes. If you don't want to buy out full price, of course, then play your 4 or 5 weeks and buy this ship for 2,500 doubloons. It is an absolute steal. This is one of the, well, actually, I think it's probably the best premium ship you can get in the game, and that's, saying a lot. It's just a phenomenal ship, and if you are not getting it this campaign here, you're going to kick yourself, trust me. Because when the campaign is finished, or the last week before the campaign is finished, this game is going to be saturated with these ships here, and people are going to realize, hey, this ship is awesome. And it's going to be played a lot from then on, I promise you that. I can also tell you that pretty much every CC I know of, every CC I know of, loves this ship here. Salkun loves it. Spartan Elite 43 loves it. I know he's not officially a CC, but he will always be a CC to me. And Aaron loves it, and Peak loves it. It's just a fantastic ship. So if you're going to buy one campaign this year, I suggest you buy this one here, because this is a ship that you don't want to miss out on. This is, the Xiaomba of 2022, or the Wichita of 2022. Like, it's a ship that's going to change the way the game is played, and it's something that you don't want to miss out on. It's also incredibly versatile. I mean, you don't have a lot of, cool Q gadgets on your ship here. I mean, you've got a heal and secondaries, but then you have a speed boost. But then again, I tend to save that speed boost for when I have to reverse. It makes the reversing just a little bit faster. I don't really use the speed boost for, actually going fast. Because, like I said in the beginning, I don't really use this ship for a lot of flanking. Unless the game pretty much begs me to, then I will do it. I think it's played better in a bit of a stationary position like here. And then once the game is ready for it, then you start pushing. I mean, it takes a bit of getting used to, because if you bow tank in this ship here, then you can only fire 4 barrels, and that's not enough for anything other than setting fires with HE shells. Yeah, do that. But it's like you have to angle the ship here in, what looks like about a 30-degree angle. So you can get both turrets in play, or at least one turret, and then just turn a little bit to get turret number 2 into play. That's how I find this ship works the best. And, a bonus on that is that you're always angled. And you can have both ships on, both turrets on a target, and angle perfectly for ships at an entirely different angle. It's a very versatile ship, this one here, and it does take a little bit of getting used to, especially if you don't go racing out on a flank in it. But it doesn't take long. It took me like 2 or 3 battles, and then I got the hang of it. So yeah, it's a excellent ship. Also, if you look at this ship and you think, oh, it's just another Champagne, or it's just another one of the other countless French battleships, then I have to stop you there and say, no, this is different. This is a ship that's one of a kind, just like Jean-Bart. And like I said in the beginning, I think it's better than Jean-Bart. And I mean, that's saying a lot. So don't be fooled because this ship looks like other French battleships. It's not. It's very, very powerful. And something I haven't really spent time on before, but that I've noticed lately, and you just saw them shooting there, are the secondaries. I mean, they're actually not bad. And if you can get within like about 6 kilometers of an enemy, like they are pretty good at setting fires as well. So really, the only thing you really have to worry about in this ship is torpedo attacks, like especially YOLO attacks, because it's not a very agile battleship. Even if you put an agile build on it, which you should not do, you should not do that. I'll just underline that. But I did try it, and yeah, that's definitely not the way to go. And it's not the way to go to pretty much on any battleship anyway. But I was thinking, oh, perhaps it might actually work out on this one, which I assume is made more for the flanking role. But like I said, I don't really think that it is. Of course, it can do that, but I find it works better as a bit of a stopgap like here. So in my opinion, in this update, I'm very happy that we got the tier 8. That's a great thing, because it insulates tier 7 from legendary tier, at least from like next month. And that's what the game needs. But the tier 8 ships in themselves have been massive disappointments to me. I don't see myself playing any of them, except, of course, for this one here, for République, because this is just a ship that's in its own class, really. And it feels like a legendary battleship, it really does. It's just a really, really nasty ship. And I can't wait to see which ship will actually be the legendary French battleship then, because, wow. If it's like the same ship like this, just with the gun layout of Jean-Bart, well, then it's going to be one heck of a ship, and I can't wait to see it. But here we are getting to the end of this battle here, and I'm just battling it out with this Soyuz here. Because I've been holding this flank the whole game, and my team has done really well, taking all the other caps. And I've done my job, we've all done our jobs, and we're gonna get away with the victory here. But I just get the last AP shells off, and so does he, and it is a mutually assured destruction there. But it was a very fun battle, and GG guys. I also got some messages from these guys after that we all enjoyed this. So, and that's what the game is all about, right? So nearly 3200 XP, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.